We're finally at the eighth team. We're talking the Perth Scorchers, and they had a bit of a down year on our standards last year. Of course, they were riddled by injuries, and this year they've got a lot of changes that we'll be going through, but they still might surprise us. Let's talk about it after this. Yes, hello, welcome back to the Surges and Sixers BBL SuperCoach podcast. I'm your host, Braino, and I'm with Horse, as always, to talk to you about the Perth Scorchers, the last team on the docket, mate, and we would have covered all 8 teams and done a bit of a deep dive into all 8. But the Perth Scorchers are a really interesting team, and not for the reason that there's a bit of value, but also their schedule, mate. Hopefully a few of these guys fly under the radar a little bit for us.
Yeah, I hope so. Again, like the previous team that we did, the Sydney Thunder, struggled a little bit last year, although the Thunder came good towards the back end of the year. Perth did not. And for such a successful franchise, they'd be very disappointed in the year last year. But given that, we've got some fallen primos at a very nice price that we can look at.
Fallen is definitely a word you can use for sure. A lot of these guys underpriced for what we think they can deliver this year. Guys, if you haven't yet, please hit subscribe, hit like, follow, review, do all those things. Hit the hype button on YouTube so you can get the show out to more people. We would really appreciate your support in doing that if you do like our content. And of course, if you want a bit more from us, Patreon's pumping, the WhatsApp's pumping. You can smell the leather cricket ball in the air. We've got the Ashes around the corner. There's a lot to like. So jump in the Patreon. It's less than $10 a month to get all of our articles and that WhatsApp access, as well as plenty more. And of course, if you haven't yet, join the Unlimited League. The code is 689046. You win yourself a standard squeeze prize pack every single week for the top scorer. And we're going to give away $200 to the winner of this league. But if you are a Patreon subscriber for Insight, you will get $500. So we're going to go 2.5 times that bad boy if you are a subscriber. So not a bad little $20 to $30 investment over the next 2 to 3 months to try and win yourself $500, back yourself in, and get all of the value that comes with the Patreon at the same time. Horse, let's chat about the ins and outs for Perth, mate, because there's a little bit going on over in the West. Now, Laurie Evans is back. He's come back from the Renegades. David Payne, he's also back. He's come back in from England. Joel Paris, he's back home from the Stars, and Brody Couch over there from the Stars as well. So some good little grabs there in Perth. They have lost a few players we'll talk about very soon, but it's going to present some opportunity for a few of these guys that have been fringe guys in this lineup for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And none bigger than friend of the show and subscriber, Brody Crouch. Thanks for tuning in, mate. But Joel Paris, yeah, he was, kind of like a bowling machine at the Stars last year, wasn't he? And now he's off to Perth. David Payne, no great loss there. Laurie Evans, we've seen in the past. So he was with Perth before he came across the Renegades. He returns home, so to speak. And yeah, he was awesome in the middle order there for Perth during their premiership years. But the outs, though, there's some big outs there, Braino, that I'll get you to go through. No bigger than probably the best or one of the best opening bowlers that we've had in the BBL for a long time.
Yeah, Jason Behrendorff gone to the Renegades. Of course, the couple of English boys in Jennings and Hurst both gone, but Andrew Tye also nowhere to be seen there. Matty Spores as well, not on this list, but he's gone too. So, yeah, losing Behrendorff, I think, is a really big loss. Andrew Tye had a bit of a down year last year, so no one's really worried about losing him, considering he didn't really kind of contribute too much to what the Scorchers did last year. But in saying that, Andrew Tye's been nearly the pick of their bowlers there over the last 5 years. So you can't discount that either. So they've definitely got some gaps there, some young guys coming through that we'll talk about very soon when we talk predicted 11 that could get some opportunity this year and could be options for us. Before we jump in, mate, they've got their round. It's a round 4 double. Correct me if I'm wrong. I will bring up the schedule on the screen here just to make sure we're correct. Yeah, round 4 double, no buys. So good schedule for the Scorchers, but I'm not overly worried about that double just yet, mate. Something a little bit more relevant, isn't there?
Oh, mate, you're the one that came up with these stats off air, so I'll let you roll with it. But when we're talking looping-wise or picking your players to have a look at early on in the round, Perth are the best team to pick from.
They play first, second, first over the first 4 rounds. So when we're talking guys that you can use as your emergency on your bench, there is no better team at the moment than Perth Scorchers, which also eliminates the risk on a couple of maybe riskier picks from Perth Scorchers if you want to go down that road. Maybe some batsmen that have a really high ceiling, like a Finn Allen, we'll talk about very soon. Of course, we're going to be talking about Mitch Marsh, Cooper Connolly. You can potentially even Marley Beardman becomes an option there, because you can just chuck them on your emergency. If they do well, you loop them in. And it's pretty much, you get a full month of that. Or not a full month, you get a full 4 rounds of that, where you can take zero risk on any of your Perth guys and just loop them in if they do well. So yeah, definitely the team that you want to target when it comes to your emergency bench options to start the season. Let's have a chat about the predicted 11 that we have here. Now, we've got Finn Allen and Mitch Marsh opening up top, Aaron Hardy and Cooper Connolly, Ashton Turner, Laurie Evans, Nick Hobson, and then it's Agar, Richardson, Matt Kelly, Marley Beardman. Now, obviously, Matt Kelly and Marley Beardman are the two guys that you go, hang on, they're new. Matt Kelly's been a fringe guy for God knows how long. The poor bloke just can't get a run because they've had the best fast bowling stocks in the country for God knows how long. He gets his opportunity now, but again, it's not like he's been banging the door down too heavily. He hasn't been amazing. So how do you feel about the team this year and that predicted 11 based on previous seasons?
They bat down at 8. Agar's not too bad with the bat. So, yeah, depth-wise, not too bad. I worry a little bit about their bowling. I know they've got Mitch Marsh and Aaron Hardy towards the top of the order that can bowl some medium to medium fast. Cooper Connolly with his loopy spinners as well. Ashton Agar's been one of the best spinners in Australia of the past and can get the job done at T20 or BBL level as well. But I feel like this campaign for Perth is going to rest on the shoulders of how well Jai Richardson can open up an innings and how damaging he can be.
Yeah, he's coming back from obviously that shoulder dislocation. He spent a fair bit of time off cricket completely, which is maybe a good thing. Maybe this is what he's needed. He's obviously rushed back and tried to play as much cricket as he can in the past, and maybe that's hurt him. So I'm glad that he's taken some extra time, Horse, to get this right.
For sure.
I'm just still a little bit concerned around, yes, it's a lengthy rehab process, which is great, but it also means that he hasn't had a ton of cricket under his belt. Like, we've only just seen him start to come back now. So I'm interested to watch over the next 4 weeks as to what that all looks like in terms of bowling workloads, because I personally don't think I can take that risk. I don't think I can go there, but we just know how good this guy is and how damaging he can be. So it's always going to play on your mind a little bit with him.
Definitely.
Let's have a chat about the big dog from last year. It's Cooper Connolly. How good was he last year? He was a breakout. Bat bowl, 188k, starts the season, 71.5 average. Led the runs for a long time in the tournament, averaged 50, took 6 wickets at 29 and a catch. His role this year, he probably should bat top 4. And he will likely get some overs with Agar as he did last year. They haven't got that third spinner there. For me, I think he probably is one of the best roles. And will probably be a must-have in round 4.
Yep.
For when the Perth Scorchers have their double, he will be a guy that everyone will be getting in. But I'll just sit back and watch, I think, until then.
I'm with you, mate. Yep. Pretty happy to sit back and watch. Yes, he is exciting, but too much risk given that they've got 3 singles in the first 3 weeks.
The role is good, though. He's a guy I'd be happy to play on a single. So, look, if you want to get spicy and you want to pick an all-rounder, sure, go nuts. I'd probably just rather pay an extra 20k and get Glenn Maxwell, or just take a punt on Matt Short at an extra 40k or whatever that ends up being. So that's probably my opinion, but I can't knock it. Cooper Connolly's great. Aaron Hardy is the man, the fallen gun of seasons past, and to get him at 74k just seems ludicrous. Like, I didn't think he was capable of having such a bad season. 120 runs at 17, struck it at 106 with only 2 catches. He was rotten. Like, this is really uncharacteristically bad cricket from him over the last BBL in BBL 14. There's no way in the world he goes this bad twice. I think that there's some overs for him there too. They've lost some experience there. They've seen in the past, they've gone to use him with the new ball specifically. So I reckon there's a chance to get some overs, and he will bat 3. That's his spot. So,
when we're talking Aaron Hardy, Braino, last year he started the year at 170k. The year before that, he got to almost 210k.
Yep.
And this is a guy that we can pick up at under 75k right now.
Craziness. His season averages, and I'll read them to you. 28.4 last year, 60.2, was good enough to be the 4th best player in BBL SuperCoach the year before that, BBL 13. 57.5 the year before that. He was the 8th best player in BBL SuperCoach. So we're talking about a guy, excuse me, that can be a top 10 player, a top 5 player. And he finished the 79th best player last year. This is why we get him so cheap. I'm honestly licking my lips at this. I think he should be 100% owned. Because what you can do is you can chuck him as your bat or your bowl emergency for game 1, no risk, and just see how he goes. Worst case scenario, he makes you money. Best case scenario, he scores like a god again and goes back to averaging 55 to 60, and you've got yourself an absolute gem at 100k underprice.
100%. I love it. Not quite to the levels of what we saw Mitch Owen last year, but like his bowling's better than Mitch Owen. He's going to be batting at 3. I love the pick and dirt cheap. Don't overthink it. Just do it.
He's a no-brainer. Just get him in your team. Here's the high risk, high reward guy, Finn Allen. He will be wicket keeping, I would naturally assume. 85k, 32 average, 181 runs. He struck the ball at 185. That was the big appeal for Finn Allen last year. Fuck, he launched some bombs, this bloke.
Oh, didn't he?
And again, Scorchers' schedule allows you to take that risk on him. It allows you to go, cool, I'm just going to chuck Finn Allen on my bench. And I think I had Finn Allen. I was going to go down with the ship last year with Finn Allen. I had him in round 1. I thought, bugger it, I'm just going to take him on and see what happens. He's let me down the first 3 rounds in a row. He got a couple of good rocks. And then there was 1 or 2 games there where he started to pick up and pop off. And that's why I held him, because he's capable of doing that stuff. And I think this year he could go even better, knowing now that he's kind of played under those conditions for a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of excited for him to take that to the next level this year. And the wicket keeping gives you a bit of safety too, Horse, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. You can add a couple of extra points per game onto anyone's SuperCoach averages when they are keeping. It's pretty easy to get one through to the keeper, or you're going to be involved. You're always in the game when the spinners are on and batsmen wanting to accelerate the run rate and dancing down the wicket. So there's stumping opportunities as well. At 85k for someone, again, rocks or diamonds, 3 times in the first 3 games last year, he went out in the first over, but that wasn't without clearing the rope or getting to the rope in balls preceding that. Mm-hmm. But then he can also go, I think there was a game he scored 50 off 20 balls or whatever it was, and just looked like nothing was going to get him out. And he was batting with a piece of timber like that. Like, it was just awesome. So 85k, I feel he's under. What did he start last year? Was he 150k?
Good question. I think he might have been. I think he might have been around that price point. You can quickly check.
I'll have a look. Yeah,
but yeah, definitely a guy you can take a risk-free stab at. I think for the first 4 weeks. If it doesn't come off, so be it. But yeah, the Scorchers are prime candidates to use that bench loop.
Started at 140k.
There you go. So and he lost a lot of money. He got down to like 70, but then he made that money back pretty quickly with those 2 quick knocks. So yeah. Consider Finn Allen with the keeping. We haven't talked about Josh Inglis and why we think that he'll be with the Test squad, but I think that's probably what it looks like. I don't see Josh Inglis playing much BBL, if any, just because last year, obviously, he was released to play a couple of games here or there. But for me, I think he just stays with the Test squad, and I think that there's, he's not really a starting option for us this year, sadly.
Unfortunately not, no.
Now, we talked about guns of seasons past. Now, this man hasn't played since BBL 11, but I found his stats. Mitch Marsh.
Hey,
bat bowl, 117k. Comes in at mid-price import price. 106.2 average in BBL 11.
That's
347. 347 runs. I'll bring him back up again at 50, I think 57 average. And he struck the ball at 140. He also took 5 poles at 25 and at 8.4 economy and 5 catches. This guy can do it all. And I think we've forgotten how good Mitch Marsh is, because he had a bit of a lean run. He's played a lot of Test cricket. And he's been in the spotlight. His role in the Australian cricket team's been under the microscope because of Bo Webster and how good he's been. So we've forgotten how good Mitch Marsh is. This is a guy that will probably open the batting for the Scorchers. He will probably also bowl, considering they're a little bit lean in the fast bowling stocks now. Oh, I don't know how you can start without him, or just not watch Perth Scorchers games.
If there are 2 Perth Scorchers players that you are starting with, it's Hardy and it's Marsh. I think with the schedule, like you brought up earlier, you get a free look at them in round 1 or round 2 for the first 4 weeks. And they've got the double in round 4.
I even think Mitch Marsh can play on field, honestly. We obviously need a little bit more news before we can confidently say that, because we want to hear from him whether he plans on bowling and what that all looks like and what his role looks like. I'm sure he'll talk about what Adam Voges has planned for him. He's usually pretty open with the media, so let's keep our ear to the ground on that. But look, if there's a sniff that he's going to get some regular overs for the Perth Scorchers this year, I'll tell you what, I'll be all over that, and I'll be happy to play him on court, on field. And at least on court, you can tell I'm in NBA SuperCoach mode. Marley Beardman is the last man, and again, we're talking a loophole option, but he is 85.3k at the same price as Finn Allen. 64.7 average in the 2 games that he played last year. He took 3 for 16 or 3 for 17, I think it was, in the second game that he played. He got carded a little bit in his first one. But the second game, 3 overs, 3 for 17. This kid has some pace, and he is super exciting. And for me, if there's any benefit to Jason Behrendorff moving on, it's that now we get to see what Marley Beardman's all about, and I'm super excited for it.
He gets a clear run at it, doesn't he? And when we're talking about young fast bowling stocks in Australia, there's this guy, there's Vidler from the Brisbane Heat. There's a couple of real gems that we've got coming through the system with the aging Australian list that we have with Stark and Hazelwood and Boland. I feel like Beardman's part of this next group that's coming through that will play Test cricket one day. This guy is excitement plus.
Yeah, you can add Xavier Bartlett to that mix as well. He's still quite young.
100%.
There's a lot of guys that are going to lead this attack, but yeah, Marley Beardman, I reckon Vidler is relative. I reckon he's closer than people think. But sadly, he's going to be out for the BBL now. So, we'll see him next year. We'll see him through Shield cricket next year. But, guys, we've got obviously plenty of Perth Scorchers to talk about. Joel Paris, he's injured. So, for anybody looking at him, he's injured. He's also 143k somehow, so definitely not picking him. He won't be playing for a while. Ashton Agar always seems to be relevant, especially in double game weeks. He just seems to accumulate SuperCoach points really well, doesn't he? He's always an option.
Yeah, he's just... I don't know. Like, is he the grey man? He just does his job, scores the points, doesn't really get noticed for it. But at the end, you look at the app and go, "Oh fuck, he's actually done all right here."
He, another guy that would be it's a little bit of a Tim David light. And I think you know who I'm going to talk about. It's Laurie Evans. Back in Perth, loves playing in Perth. He's played his best BBL cricket in Perth. Obviously, he got to bat higher in the order for the Renegades last year. But for me, he comes in at 6 for the Perth Scorchers in over 13 or 14. He can put up 50 or 60 not in 27 balls. Like,
pretty quick, yeah.
He could get going as well. It's just a bit of a risk taking a guy that is going to bat 6 or below and doesn't bowl. So that's the only downer on him. But I do like Laurie Evans as a bit of a left field pod shout in round 4 when the Perth Scorchers are on their double. So
for sure.
Guys, that'll do. I reckon that'll do us. Obviously, we're kind of scratching the surface and giving you guys a bit of a look into our minds 4 weeks out from the competition. We know things change daily in the BBL in the lead up. So make sure to stay tuned on all the updates that we're going to come to you with. We're going to be now diving into the positions. So we're going to be giving you our favourite primo, our favourite mid-range value picks, our favourite cheapies. We'll also be releasing our favourite pods and tons of other ranking articles inside the Patreon. That'll be exclusive to Patreon. You won't find that on YouTube. So make sure to sign up there and get all of our stuff if you want a little bit more from us. But otherwise, we're going to be bringing you tons of stuff. We've got heaps planned over the next 4 weeks before BBL gets started. There comes a time of the year, Horse, every year where I've got cricket balls sitting in the corner of this room right now. And I'm always tempted to just walk down the road. I've got a cricket net like 10 minutes away from my house. I haven't bowled a cricket ball in like 5 or 6 years. And I'd love to know if they still come out the way they used to. So I might do it this year and go down and video a few balls and see if I've still got it.
Well, for those that know, I'd be happy to have you just take the trip down the highway down to Spring Gully Cricket Club here in Victoria, mate, and roll the arm over for us. Would love to see it.
Yeah. I'd love to drive 9 hours to bowl and be sore the next day. That'd be good. I'd enjoy that. It's my
idea of a fun time.
Yeah. No, I've heard your idea of a fun time, and you've had to field 75 overs twice this year. So, it reminds me why I don't play anymore, that's for sure.
Yes. It sucks.
But that's all right. It's all part of the game. We love it. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Plenty more content coming. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content. Follow, review us if you're on audio. And sign up to Patreon if you want a little bit more. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for the next one. Catch you then.
See ya.